Coach, can you just get us started off with some thoughts on obviously a pretty entertaining back and forth game and giving Wayne State their first conference loss of the season?
Yeah, I mean, the few things that, as you kind of obviously looked at the stat sheet, but watching the game, coaching the game, and that's probably what I'm most proud of. There's about 2 or 3 times where we could really just kind of, from an emotional standpoint of being able to continue to compete after just some tough things happen to you. A couple missed free throws, a couple bad turnovers, and the one thing that we kept on doing is fighting through every possession. And, I thought that was tremendous, and it was good to see, a number of guys step up and do some really good things tonight. Obviously Kenny hit a couple of huge shots and had a great outing, but, Trent Messer, 13 rebounds. And he had just a ton of them down the stretch. Jared Staliker had about 3 or 4 huge rebounds. He's 5 or 6 from the free throw line. And Lehman, although he didn't shoot the ball particularly well, down the stretch he's 7 to 8 from the free throw line. So, you put all those together, and man, we were able to just do what you had to do to get a win.
You talk about overtime, 2.8 seconds left. You talk about what you had drawn up for that, and then Kenny's shot, obviously, to tie it.
Well, I'm surprised a little bit that they let him that open. I mean, we basically ran our number 1 play, and I think they were attempting to jump switch it, but then they ended up. I think they saw Staliker, who was wide open on the back pick, and so the guy shifted over, and then Kenny came here, and he actually got a shot in a great spot. I mean, he made a great shot. I mean, it was a heck of a play. But, that was a little easier than what I would have anticipated. We really thought that Kenny was going to get crowded and we were going to have to find Staliker over the top of Messer.
Just talk about the rebounding. I thought was key for you guys in the first half, and then throughout overtime you get some big performances from Messer and Staliker there after Danny fouled out.
Yeah, absolutely. That was on our whiteboard. If we out-rebounded, that equals a win. And I really thought that. I thought that if we could get on the glass and keep them off the glass, because they're a great rebounding team, we had a great chance tonight. And we did. That was the best thing about it. We just did a really good job on the glass. A good rebounding team by 8, that's outstanding.
Kenny, after missing the free throws toward the end of regulation, can you talk about that redemption, making that shot to send it into double overtime, what you were seeing out there?
I owe that to my team. I felt bad after those 2 misses, especially the ones back to back. I missed 4 in the games, but the ones that came down to the end, the 2 I needed to make, I missed. So that shot, I told you to give me the ball no matter what, because I owed that make to my team.
Can you just talk about the competitiveness of that game? Once you got into the late stages and then overtime, and just competing and being able to pull out a big win like that.
In a previous interview, I said something about us playing was hard. Tonight, I saw that. With Trent and especially Jared, those 2, there were other players stepped up, but those 2, I talked to them individually and everything. They really stepped up. If it wasn't for those 2, we wouldn't have won this game.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about just this win in general and what it does for you guys after a couple of tough losses on the road last week?
Well, and that's the biggest thing. Last week, we didn't play Bulldog basketball, to be quite honest with you. And it was good to see us come back and do that tonight. And, this hopefully is a good stepping stone because, if you look through the course of the season, probably we competed as well as we could compete tonight. I thought we played exceptionally hard, and everybody that played exceptionally hard. So, if we can get that type of effort and then do a little better job of execution, again, we've made a nice little step of where we want to go.
Kenny, you talk about, as a senior out in late stages of that game, talk about the leadership that you were trying to provide and just the energy level of the team as you guys, very competitive game.
The only thing I can say to my team before this game was we needed this win. And the main thing is we can't have these setbacks going into this next game against Saginaw Valley. We have to just keep playing hard and just keep not getting, like I said, bullied. So if we play with heart, this will change our season.
And then also talk about the first half. You had 18 there, feeling pretty good. What was working for you guys offensively? You were able to hit some big 3-pointers in the first half.
We moved the ball. We were passing the ball without taking any dribbles and left me open. We set the screens and just happened to be feeling it. My teammates just gave me the ball.